99.3 Nigeria. Good morning to you, Lagos. Good morning to you, Nigeria. We're getting reports, unconfirmed report, that a trailer rammed into vehicles packed by protesters at the Lekki Toll Plaza this morning. We don't know exactly what happened there. As soon as we can get our reporter on the field, we'll be able to talk to you. If you're there right now as well, we'd like to hear exactly what you saw. If you are at the Lekki Toll Plaza, if you're there when it happened, not what you heard. All right, we have to distinguish between the two. All right, we'll be hoping to hear from the people. But while we hope to hear from an eyewitness this morning as regards what happened at Lekki Toll Plaza this morning, where we heard that a trailer allegedly deliberately rammed into parked vehicles. Right, I just only hope that no life was lost in that to that incident there. Achike Chude is joining us this morning, but let's have Achike join us on the conversation. Achike, very lovely morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you, Achike.
Yeah.
It's good to have you here finally. So Lagos this morning, we will be talking again about the hashtag End SARS protest that is rocking the entire country. Achike is a policy and development expert. He's joining me via the telephone this morning to further break this down. Achike, I am sure that you've been following trends of the hashtag End SARS movement. What are your thoughts, really?
Well, that the lazy Nigerian youths have arisen. And that these are not the youths that we have been deprecating, the youths that we have been condemning for their nonchalant attitude to the issues of Nigeria. We have often held them responsible as for not playing what I see as their historical responsibility to protect their present and their future. But all of a sudden, it would appear that they have not exactly been sleeping. You know, that they are very much aware of what has been going on in the country. And if you look at the demands that they have been making on government, even beyond SARS, they are also beginning to talk about some other socio-economic issues in the country that are bedeviling this country, in our country.
Right.
And so it means that they are very much aware, they are very much awake, and they are not as lazy as some people think that they are.
How would you describe the coordination of the protest so far?
I think it's been impeccable. Of course, we know that social media has, played a very key role in getting the people together. Just like we have seen in other parts of the world, especially when the Arab Spring, began. Social media was a major tool that was used by the people to mobilize and to bring people together. And so from that perspective, I think it has been helpful. But the thing about it again, one of the, peculiar features of this, movement is the fact that there is no discernible central leadership. Even at the various, state levels, you cannot, discern any particular leadership. And yet, in spite of the absence of known leadership,
right,
there is a general philosophical desire, if I will put it that way, for these protests to be peaceful. And they have carried on in ways and manners that have been pleasing to a lot of us. And this is one other remarkable thing about the youths.
Yes,
that
please.
They have shown, this desire to express themselves in ways that are compatible, with the respect for the rule of law and the constitution of this country. And that is that is exceedingly wonderful on their part.
Right.
It shows the level of their maturity also.
How about an attempt to scuttle the protest or to name the dog a bad name? It happened in Lagos, happened in Abuja, happened in Jos, where protesters were attacked, gunshots, other arms, machetes, cutlasses. How would you describe the so many unsuccessful attempts to scuttle the protest?
Yes, it's I think the people behind it, first of all, are not exactly in tune with the resolve of the Nigerian youths right now, to see this thing through. The fact that they have tried, because long before now, if it had happened some years back, any such attack, against them would have succeeded. They would have, taken off and not come back.
Right.
But you see that in most of these places where these things are happening, it's either in a way they are fighting back, defending themselves, or that they regroup and continue with what they were doing in the first place. So that gives you an idea that there's a different kind of mindset. And those people behind this attempt to scuttle them should do a rethink. And instead of confronting them and trying to, disperse, or scatter what it is they are doing,
Right.
they should try to walk in line and in tandem with the demands of these youths. But of course, you cannot remove the absence of, state actors in the attempts to scuttle this, these protests.
Right.
The reality is that the mobs are not mobilizing. The thugs who are trying to do this scattering are not mobilizing themselves. Some people are mobilizing them. Some people are giving them instruction. They are moving in buses, and we've had reports that some of them move in state-owned buses. For instance, in Lagos State, I don't know how true that is. But what it means is that those buses have to be fueled. They are not fueling the buses themselves.
Right.
And they are not paying for the logistics.
Right.
So some people, and I want to believe that those people who are doing it are state actors, whether at the federal or the state levels, that are responsible for this. And if they are the ones that are responsible for this attempt to scatter these peaceful protesters, I will say shame on them, a very big shame on them. Because what these people are doing is fighting for the soul of this country. And they have done well, and I doff my hat out for them. You can see the way people have embraced them, especially because of that philosophy to do it in a way and manner that is respectful of the laws of this land. You cannot have any complaint against what they are doing.
Right, indeed. Now, let's delve into the issue of police brutality that started this whole conversation of the hashtag and the process and all of it. If you were to advise the authorities, how would you... what would you prescribe as the most effective way to reform the Nigerian police?
Let me just put it this way: that the police authorities and the various policemen you see all over the country have been victimizers. They have been victimizing a lot of our citizens. They've been oppressing them. But if you look at it deeply, you will also realize that they are victims of the system themselves. Understand? And I think there's a viral discussion, I think, on radio, on Nigeria Info, that has gone viral, where a policewoman called in. I listened to it.
Yes, true.
And when you listen to what she had to say, you had no choice than to also sympathize with her and to sympathize with police people that find themselves in that situation. Look, I have been at a police station years ago at Alausa, where the DPO talked about a police unit that ran into a hail of bullets by armed robbers in the night. It was unexpected. They were just moving around on patrol, and then the armed robbers were waiting and rained bullets on them. Many of them were severely injured. When the police got to them, their colleagues got to them, the DPO, there was no money to send them, to take them to the hospital. So he said the only way they could respond to it was to dip their hands into the exhibits, monies, that is the exhibits, monies that had been recovered from some people for some other cases.
Right.
And that was the only way they could, get these people to the hospital and pay for the drugs and for immediate treatment. Because the DPO said that if any of those people had died or they had died in the process, everything that had to do with the burial of those policemen would be on his head. He had to bear the responsibility.
Wow.
So these are some of the issues, and yet these same police people, as bad as they are in this country, find themselves in some other places where they are serving under the platforms of the United Nations, or ECOWAS, or some peacekeeping operations. And the reports about them have been fantastic, and then how come that these same people who could be sent outside this country, once they are back in this country, they are demons? So these are the questions, critical questions that we must ask ourselves. But beyond that, again, is the immediate issue, because in as much as, and I'm not saying all of this is to provide an excuse for them, but to also realize that they are also mitigating factors against the operations of the Nigerian police. So the corruption that has become endemic in this country is not exempt. Also, it's also operational at the level of the police high command.
Right.
We have heard of about 18,000 naira, or is it 20-something thousand naira being given to an entire police station, for operations. So what it means is that the system is constructed in such a way and manner,
right,
that seems to say indirectly to the average policeman, we don't have money that we should give you, but you have the guns, you have the uniform. Go out there and make this money whichever way you want to.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But if you're caught in the process and you embarrass us, then we're going to, hang you out to dry. So these are some of the issues that are confronting them. They have shown all manners of brutality against the Nigerian people. They have shown disdain, for the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation that are now fighting back, that are now pushing back. So there is no doubt about that all over the country,
right,
there are all manners of police, brutal actions against the citizens, and that these are the things that should be looked into. But again, and that's why I'm also saying that the police hierarchies in many of the police stations are aware of what their people are doing, because they are aware that, for instance, when you go to a police station, to make a complaint about somebody, they give you, a statement paper to write on, and they will tell you that this statement paper was printed by them. You understand? They will also tell you, if you want us to investigate the story you just got to us about somebody duping you, then you have to mobilize us to also do the investigation on your behalf and the rest. The authorities are aware, and the authorities have kept quiet all this while. Where are the monies that are being budgeted for the police formations across the country?
Right.
Apart from the dwindling economic fortunes of Nigeria, how much of these monies are getting to the average police stations in this country? You understand? So, and there's been, and it's not just at the police level, even at the level of the military establishments in the country, the army, the navy, and the rest. A lot of the monies that are being budgeted, appropriated by National Assembly, end up in the hands of very powerful people within these organizations, and we cannot continue. So you have a lot of very frustrated people. It is not an excuse. You understand? Because anybody that is found wanting for violating the rights of Nigerians must be punished appropriately. Right. You understand? But at the same time, you see, like I said, you cannot, let me just end up with this example. Right. You cannot send your child, your daughter, or your son to the university and say, I have given you the very best of education, I've given you the very best of moral upbringing in terms of the moral ethos have impacted in you. It should be enough for you. Then you deny your daughter or your son, monies that he needs that are adequate for him to live a fairly decent life in the university, because you have given him, some good moral upbringing. Right. What you're telling him is go there, whatever deficit, financial deficit you have, look for ways to make up for it.
Indeed. Let me bring this to Lagos and let Lagos jump on this conversation. Let's hear what Lagos has got to say concerning this conversation that we're having this morning. Achike Chude is a policy and development expert, and he joins me via the telephone this morning. 0700 993 993 993. That is 0700 993 993 the telephone, the studio line. You can also send your thoughts in via Twitter. Twitter handle is at Nigeria Info FM. That's right, at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. But when you're sending your tweet, please add hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. MCF stands for Morning Crossfire, but put everything together in one word. Hashtag Nigeria Info MCF on Twitter. Aguma is here. Aguma, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Agwama. I'm calling from Bogada.
Good to have you.
Yeah, Mr. Jimmy have spoken well, actually, when you talk about reforming the police. You start from the echelon, the high echelon of the police, because actually they know for a long time what has been going on, but they kept mute. So it is only any reform that can be meaningful to start from the top. So there is nothing, because they can't give what they don't have.
Right.
So they need to remove, including the military. The frustration of the junior ones in the military was also exhibited last time when many of them are still under court martial. As Femi Falana, his son, is handling them. So we need to start from. There is not only the Inspector General of Police, the Army, and also I have asked, let there be a panel of investigation to investigate the killing of that Ben Ghana. There are speculations that Nigerians are yet to understand.
Right.
Please, let's push this thing ahead.
Thank you.
And I thank our youth for being calm, for being peaceful. We've never seen this kind of thing. I don't my heart for them.
Thank you, Aguma. Thank you for calling me. I really do appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Let's see who we've got here. Hello. Good morning to you. Hello. Good morning. Oh, wow. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello.
I think we lost that call. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, what's your name, please? What's your name? Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. I'm really, really sorry. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yes, so talk to me. What's your name?
I said my name is Nonye.
Okay,
I'm
Nonye.
calling from Mowe.
Quickly, Nonye. What's on your mind? Talk to me.
The only way Nigeria can revive
Reform the police.
Reform the police.
Yes.
Is for the country to do what they did in customs.
Okay.
Take out a retired army officer, make him Inspector General. He will change the whole thing. Thank you.
Thank you for calling me. Abarire is here. Abarire, good morning to you.
Thank you, my brother. I am with you once again this morning. Honestly, the guy that you spoke with on the telephone line, it seems as if that man, once worked in the Nigerian police force. He has told you everything about the ills inside the police. On the other platforms that I have contributed my contributions, I have always said, though I condemn SARS, yes, because of this present rubbish they are doing, but then I put the blames on the federal government for funding, lack of funding. While these boys, they go out on their activities, patrol or whatever, the vehicles they use, either they rent it from this national NURT, and before the fueling of all these things, these boys will do it. Even in the police stations, apart from now that we thank God the governors have given police stations this patrol vehicle, but how do they free of fuel down there? My brother, I beg I will call back again.
Thank you, Abari, for calling me.
Let me say, finally, my brother, you see, I appreciate what these boys are doing, and I want to now tell them to shift the goalpost by demanding for a cut in cost of governance in this country. We will support. Yes. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, too, for calling me. Appreciate it. Chooks is joining us this morning. Chooks, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, please.
Well, I thank God for this protest. I thank God for our youth. If we have celebrated a lot, we have celebrated corruption in this our country for a long time. A long time. And I still say it's not even the SARS, it's not even the police, it's still our federal government, the lawmakers. It's still the lawmaker. Imagine you watching TV and you heard a lot of embezzlement, billions and billions. Someone is there acting drama, painting and billions, and we are all laughing over it. No, they take Nigeria as we'll be laughing all this while anything will crack joke, will make joke over this and what. But now they are pushed to the wall. Now we are woken up. We have woken up. We are in pandemic suffering. Somebody is on television showcasing watch, you bought how many millions, cars, you bought how many millions, all our stolen money. All our stolen money. So everything you have to reform, but whether we reform everything, the lawmakers, our federal government, they have to change things. Things have to be done the normal way.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's speak with Paul very quickly. Paul, good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Pastor Paul. I want to give kudos to our youth.
Okay.
And I believe this will give back to a new Nigeria. I really applaud them.
Okay.
But my little contribution there is that Bible says oppression make a righteous man mad. I believe the problem of Nigerian police is not police itself.
Okay.
It is the government. Because like as your guest rightly say, if our policemen go to international exercise, they came first. We see the way they bring glory to our country. So when they come to their own country, it turned to another thing entirely. I began to make some research. I discovered that even Ghana here, the new recruit that is recruited today, their money is up to 200,000 naira. You go to Cameroon, Zenda, their money is 196,000 naira. Nigeria police, they are the least police they are the least paid
The least
police
paid.
in the whole world.
Right.
In the whole world.
Right.
How can somebody put you for almost 17 years? You are giving 50,000 naira.
Thank you, Pastor Paul. Let's quickly. Oh, yeah, we lost his call there. He's been waiting for some time now. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. Achike, we would quickly get ready to go on a short break, right? When we return from this break, I will be speaking to you about what somebody that everybody knows very well, Larry Falano, who everybody knows him by, Fowles, what he said about policing and funding. That's why I am glad that you mentioned that as one of the primary causes of the situation that we are in today concerning policing in Nigeria. So when we return, I will play that soundbite for Lagos to listen to what Fowles said about funding of the Nigerian police, and then get back to Achike for Achike to share his own professional side of that particular argument. Stay here on Nigeria Info. In the meantime, you can keep sending me your messages on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. Or tweet me at Nigeria Info FM. That's right, at Nigeria Info FM. I'm still waiting on the eyewitnesses who were there when the trailer allegedly rammed into some parked vehicles at the Lekki Toll Plaza earlier this morning. I would love to hear from an eyewitness. If you're an eyewitness, please keep calling me. I hope to speak with you very, very soon. Stay here on Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm Sheriff Quadry. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey guys, did you know that drinking 100% fruit juice daily could improve and boost your immune system? Well, if you didn't know that, get in here because Chivita World Juice Day is here again. And guess what? It's on the 17th of October. World Juice Day is celebrated globally and it will be celebrated in Nigeria just like last year. And last year's edition of Chivita World Juice Day was packed with lots of information that motivated many of us to start off on our journey to everyday wellness by adding fruit juice to our meal plans, just so we don't miss out on the health and nourishment benefits of drinking 100% fruit juice. This year, Chivita, the market leader in fruit juice and still drinks, is again sensitizing Nigerians to drink up immunity and make their health top priority. 2020 Chivita World Juice Day brings together nutritionists, experts in the health industry, and other notable personalities together in a virtual event to talk about the importance of drinking fruit juice to boost our immunity. To be a part of this event, all you need to do is basically follow any of Chivita's social media platforms for details and how to win exciting prizes. So save the date and tell friends and loved ones. The 2020 annual Chivita World Juice Day celebration is here and it's going down on the 17th of October this year. So if you're like me who's already started this amazing journey of immunity, I say continue. Yeah, doing well. But if you've not started, make that decision today. Stack up as many fresh fruits and vegetables in your meals and be sure to always complement it with a tall glass of 100% fruit juice. Your journey to strong immunity begins now. So what are you going to do about it? Oh, and remember, the pleasure of drinking Chivita fruit juice every day is the smartest way to strengthen your immunity. In commemoration of this year's Chivita World Juice Day, just answer this question and win authentic signed jerseys by one of the biggest football clubs in the world. If you know the answer to this question I'm about to ask you, just tweet the correct answer and your phone number to @ChivitaJuices, and the first person with the correct answer wins. And the question for today is, how many variants does Chivita 100% have?
Our friend Oliver is what you call a man with a huge appetite. Gigantic, actually. And if there's one phrase we have come to know Oliver for, it is this:
more data, please.
No matter what we offer him.
More data, please.
So guess what we did? We heard Glow created new data plans for people like Oliver, and we got him exactly that. And guess what Oliver said?
Excuse me, please, is this all for me? Only me?
Now, Oliver certainly has more than enough data. All thanks to the Glow Mega Data Plans. With the longer validity you get on Glow Mega Data Plans, you can work from home with ease, run your business better, download non-stop, stream music and movies endlessly, learn online, and share data with anyone. No worries. Get 225 gigabytes at 30,000 naira for 30 days, 425 gigabytes at 50,000 naira for 90 days, and 1 terabyte at 100,000 naira for a year. Dial star 777 hash now to start enjoying these mega plans.
Glow Unlimited.
Okay, guy, now final whistle with that job.
That now how person we just cash out on top betking.com they shout and you sef it be like by winning millions when you play online or when you waka enter any BetKing shop. Yes, payouts will cut. Oh, that's one a sharp something. Whether na weekday or whether na weekend or even for public holiday they full ground. No do yourself or visit betking.com. Make yourself start to the win today. BetKing, the playground for kings.
The top Forex traders in Nigeria are now in Surulere at ShopRite Shopping Mall at Deniro Ogunsanya. These experts will be teaching you how to generate consistent monthly income from Forex markets by following their professional trading strategies. There will be a 2 hours presentation by 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. from Mondays to Saturdays. Training is 100% free from now till December. Also, to mark the opening of the new branch in Lagos, CT Forex is giving out phones, laptops, and $200 to 10 good traders. To participate, visit City Forex Training Center at ShopRite at Deniro Ogunsanya or text your name to 0803 730 8053. Again, 0803 730 8053. All you need is your laptop or smartphone. CT Forex. Trade your way to freedom.
Only DSTV brings you the very best football action. With more than 20 live matches any given week from the best leagues in the world, the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and the Champions League. We're talking Igalo, Salah, Kane, Aguero, Pogba, Griezmann, Messi, and Ronaldo. Get a HD decoder, dish, and 1 month compact subscription for only 18,600 naira. We have the world's best football, only on DSTV.
Running a growing business is not easy. It's all hands on deck for me and my small team of 12. I know that to get the best out of them, their health must be in tip-top shape. But most HMOs I approached said I have to have at least 20 staff before I can get on a plan. They don't cater to small businesses. Then I found Reliance HMO. And just like that, they got my team and I registered seamlessly. What's even mind-blowing is that their rates are flexible and affordable while not compromising on quality care. I have not received any complaints from my team since they got on board. The service is that great. Indeed, you can rely on Reliance HMO for your small businesses and its healthcare needs.
Visit reliancehmo.com/corporate or call 0700-7354-2623 to get a quote for your small business and start enjoying reliable healthcare today. Reliance HMO. You can rely on us.
Who can I borrow this 50k from now? Lekon. No, I haven't paid him that 6k I collected last week. Musa talks too much before he announces to the whole world. Ijoma is writing exams. She won't even listen safe. Now, wow. Do I need new friends or more money safe?
Don't let your bank balance decide your priorities or your friends. Standard Chartered Bank Personal Overdraft Loan allows you to get cash for your urgent personal needs. To apply, send an email to personaloverdraft.ng@sc.com or call our call center on 01-270-4611 or toll free on 0800-123-5000. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good.
A place where you can win without limits. A place where you get a 100% bonus to stake. A place where virtual is brought to reality. Even more. A place where you can bet online anytime, even while you're out of data. Register on actionbet.ng. ActionBet. Think bold. Take action. Win big.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Absolutely, it's the Morning Crossfire, 99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Welcome back to the show. I am Sheriff Quadry. This show is live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Go there and share your thoughts with this conversation. How do we reform the Nigerian police? How? Achike Chude, policy and development experts, joins me this morning. Achike, thank you for holding the line.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's take a listen to what Folarin Falana said. Everybody knows him by the name Falz the Bad Guy. So he said something yesterday. You know, he's a lawyer by training. Let's take a listen to what he said, and then I'll be back in here to take your thoughts and Lagos's thoughts on exactly what Falz said concerning the funding of the Nigerian police. Lagos, have a listen to this, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go with what Falz said.
That the Human Rights Commission is actually charged with the responsibility of handling cases of human rights violation and ensuring prosecution of offenders. Now, this is the same Human Rights Commission that the federal government has asked to set up another panel to perform its functions. Okay. Do you also know that the Human Rights Commission has remained without a governing council since 2015? And by law, without this governing council, the Human Rights Commission cannot perform its functions. Is it that they don't know or they don't care about our human rights? Catch another cruise. Do you know that there's something called the Police Trust Fund? In this Police Trust Fund, 0.5% of the total money in the Federation account is meant to go into that trust fund. 0.05 of the total net profit of all companies operating business in Nigeria. Do you know how much that is? That money is meant to go into the Police Trust Fund. There's a long list of some other things that are meant to go into the Police Trust Fund. Where is the Police Trust Fund? They are not being paid well. Their cars are not roadworthy. The police stations are uncompleted buildings. Police have to convert exhibit for their personal use in the office. It's disgraceful, the state of the police right now. We have to start holding people accountable. That is the only way we'll be able to move forward.
There you go. Falz the Bad Guy speaking there. Achike, did you hear that?
No, I didn't really get what he said. If you could just do a recap.
Okay. So he said that 0.5% of the entire money in the Federation account is supposed to go into funding the police. He also said that 0.5% of the net profit of every business, all businesses in Nigeria, is supposed to go into, by law, as supposed to go into funding the Nigerian police. And he's asking, where is the money?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, that is very true. But we know we live in a society where continuous disdain for the law is the order of the day, and nobody talks about it. Nobody, frowns about it. And we have instances where NNPC, for instance, will open different accounts without the approval of the National Assembly as dictated to by law. Secret accounts in the United Kingdom and other parts of the world, and then they get away with it. Nobody's punished. So the culture of impunity has gotten to a level, that is unsustainable, that is unsupportable.
Who is supposed to hold the people in charge accountable? Who should ask questions?
There are different levels of responsibility. First of all, the laws of this country should hold these people accountable because they are not there on their own. And they are there as a result of a process that has been described by the laws of this country, by the Constitution.
Right.
So they must be aware of the fact that they are not there, they are not acting on their own, but they are supposed to be acting in consonance with the laws of the land. But when that fails, there are also very, layers of accountability of, holding them, the leadership to account.
Right.
But ultimately, and that also includes the fourth estate of the realm, and that is why the media, as the fourth estate of the realm, is recognized even by the constitution of the country because they Constitution recognizes the fact that they play a pivotal role in national development. So when that fails also, then there is a last resort, which is the people of Nigeria. And that is what we are also seeing. The ordinary people on the street trying to hold the government to account. And then you have civil society organizations. All of these things are layers of society that are supposed to play a complementary role, in the area of trying to hold government and government officials accountable. So the fact that this has gone on for so long also means that there has been failure with all these layers of control, that, including the media, including failure by the Nigerian people and all that, and then the NGOs, perhaps they have not done enough. But beyond that, again, obviously, we must also realize that. We are talking about reforming the police.
Yeah.
Because of their outrageous and egregious behavior.
Right.
But beyond that, again, is the general acknowledgement that we must reform the Nigerian state. There are no two ways about it, because I'm not even sure that there is any kind of reformation that you can undertake with regards to the Nigerian police that will satisfy Nigerians, that will put them in a position where they have to do their work ultimately and do it effectively. And now if you look at somebody, one of your phone-in callers was talking about, he had obviously done a comparative analysis of the payments that police officers in other countries are getting, Ghana, Cameroon, and so on. I have not verified this, but it's interesting if it is true. Do not forget that when Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, was giving reasons why the pump price of fuel has to go up, he took a look at other West African countries and said that Nigeria's pump price is the least. Of course, there's a basis for that, because others are not petroleum oil the way we are, the way we are producing oil and all that. But it's interesting that people like Lai Mohammed don't look at these statistics, for instance, in terms of what is being paid to the average policeman. So there needs to be adequate funding for the police. But the reality is that the structure of the Nigerian state, the socio-economic structure of the Nigerian state, is such that you cannot have any meaningful reform of any sector of this country that would have a long-lasting effect, and that would be long-lasting without reforming the entirety of the Nigerian state.
So if we must move forward, we have to start with the system itself. That's what you're saying, because it's part of the question I was going to ask you. Like, where do we begin from?
Look, Sheriff, thank you. I mean, how many times have we talked about the problem of the health sector? Ultimately, people will say it comes down to funding on the health sector. Then you now go to the issue of education. ASU is currently on strike.
Yeah.
You understand? It boils down to the issue of funding. You go to road infrastructure. It boils down to the issue of funding and all of that. And what the sum total of all of this is that government over the years has failed in delivering the dividends of democracy or good governance. We have not delivered good governance to the people of this country. And so you see these lapses, these deficits in virtually every sector of Nigeria's political economy.
Right.
The police is just one sector. Do you understand? So there could be some tokenistic modification or reformation within the police, the structure of the Nigerian police. But I can tell you it is not going to be total. It's not going to be wholesale in the way and manner that will please the Nigerian people. Right. The reality is that we are all in a dilemma. We're all in a quagmire. We need to reinvent the Nigerian state. We need to, because all of these things we are seeing are all superstructure on top of a faulty, structure,
right?
A socio-economic structure of the state.
Right.
The police is just part of that superstructure. The healthcare industry and all that. So these are some of the issues, and for instance, if you even talk about funding the Nigerian police, where are they going to get funding from? They are busy taking money, in some instances stealing money from Nigerians, coming up with laws that make it, mandatory for money to be taken off Nigerians. Nigerians that are still suffering all kinds of economic hardships. They come in with withholding charge. They come in with VAT increase in VAT. They come in with the increase in the price of electricity and all of that. Then the pump price of fuel and so many other areas. You understand? And now, why are they doing that? They don't have money. They are looking for money. Monies have been stolen from the country, by the political elites in this country.
Right.
And that is the reality. So what we are doing is that we are now facing the consequences of the years of graft and theft and grand theft and larceny that has been going on in this country for a very long time. We are all now having to bear the responsibilities. So let's see how they are going to fund the police.
Right.
And it's not just about funding the police. Even if the police is funded, let us see whether these monies will trickle down or will get down to the people who actually need the money, the rank and file of the Nigerian police.
Right.
Let us see whether they can do something about the salaries of the policemen. And that is one area to wear my head for these protesters. Because they have not said that there is this permanent no-love-lost relationship between them and the police.
Right.
They still recognize the importance of policing in this country. That is why, after making all their demands, they say, look, but you need to look at the welfare of the police people that you're putting on the road.
Right.
Because they also realize that there is a connection between sometimes, not always, the performance of the average police officer on the field, and his remuneration and the recognition of the work that he does through the remuneration that is given to him. So these are some of the issues.
Achike Chude, thank you so much for joining us today on the Crossfire. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. 8:43 is the time. Lagos, it's time to get to hear your thought. Again, I'm using this opportunity to call on those who are eyewitnesses. If you were there when that accident happened this morning, at the Lekki Toll Plaza, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear an eyewitness account. But then if you'd like to jump on the police reformation conversation, it's time for you also to put forward your own suggestion as to what would be the most effective way to reform the Nigerian police. 0700 993 993 993. We're going to make this very quick, so we've got 60 seconds per caller. Tayo, hi, good morning to you.
Good morning, Quadry.
Good morning.
This is Tayo calling from Ogba.
Good to have you.
Okay, on funding the police, I disagree. So the way police is funded all around in Europe, in America, is the police go out there, they issue tickets for all violations.
Okay.
With probable cause. And citizens have the right to fight it. If you know you are not guilty of the ticket, you fight the ticket in court. If you are guilty, the courts collect the money and then distribute it according to each government.
Okay.
And every month you hear some mayors in America calling police chiefs that where are we going to get money to pay your salary? We don't see enough tickets. American Congress, the National Assembly, they are the ones giving all local government money to fund. They call it federal highway funds.
Okay.
Federal highway fund to maintain federal highways in their locality. You will see American Congress calling each local government. You are not getting your federal highway fund this month because we are not seeing enough tickets. Yeah, and from there, these police, they will stop you, weigh your particulars.
Right.
Then they collect the money, they put it in the pocket. And somebody is telling me about police funding, security fund, or what they call it.
Tayo,
I disagree with.
Thank you, Tayo. Thank you. 60 seconds. Ebube is here. Ebube, hi. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. Speaking about the information of Nigerian police.
Yes, please.
I will agree with the other guy that spoke about the entire overhaul of the Nigeria sector.
Okay.
Because when you look at it, ASU is having strike because of the same issue. They're having strike because of lack of funding. Many sectors are diminishing because of lack of funding. I must say it's very, very hard to live in this country called Nigeria. It's very hard. It's choking. The truth is that for us to move forward, we need to look for those perpetrators and put them to justice.
All right.
So that whenever others we are going to elect, the future leaders are going to come in. They are going to look back and know that whatever they are doing, that
it's not business as usual.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bibi, for calling me. But let's stick with the police reformation conversation. Oladipupo is joining us from Aurelia. Oladipupo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
This is Pastor Oladipo calling from Sarigomo. My take this morning is on monitoring. It's not about police funding. The challenge we have is follow up.
Okay.
Because when we if you look at every organization that is set up in Nigeria today,
right,
they are set up with good intentions. But as time goes on, the monitoring continue to decrease. Look at the issue of last month. When last month first of all came, traffic was flowing in Lagos. But when they lost focus, what happened? So even if they do police reform now, set those funds, very soon some people will begin to divert the funds. And if there is no proper follow-up, what do you think will happen? Right. So what we need now is a disciplinary committee, a different that will not be biased, that will not be compromised, that will do follow-up, that will be accountable to the masses.
Right.
Thank you and God bless me.
Thank you too for calling me. If you're tweeting me at Nigeria Info FM, hashtag morning, hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. That's the hashtag we're using. I'm trying to search for new tweets on Twitter right now. If the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF is not there, I will not see it. Let's see. Who is there? IS Square or I Square? I Square. Is that the name?
Yes. This is I Square Okori.
Okay. Welcome.
Yes, let me thank you for a good job you are doing.
Thank you.
Now, if you want to get it right from the police, the problem in the police is from their head. It's not their tail.
All right.
That is to say, from the office of the IG.
Okay.
And those AIGs, they are the problems in the Nigerian police.
Okay.
Now, if you are looking at the welfare, you are going to kind of to create a wallet for them. The budget, they allocate a certain number of amounts to each person's wallet, so that each policeman can withdraw like 2 months ahead if you need money.
Okay.
And if there's an accident, there can be a kind of a short message they can send, and this will be under the central bank, so that they will have access to, and the salary should be increased. And there will be no way of going to the IG or the people that invest their money or AIGs.
All right.
Finally.
Okay.
At the training school, they should use the human rights activists who know the law to teach them, and not our lawyers. Because to teach them, and those that we have, and maybe for handling of arms, they will use security people to handle arms, all those things.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too for calling me. Uche is joining us this morning. Uche, hi. Good morning to you.
Hey, Sheriff, my brother, how you doing?
Very well.
Oh, wow, I finally got through after how many hours?
I know. Sorry.
My name is Uche. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Welcome, Uche.
Sheriff, you see, this issue with police and reforms, for me, I think, unfortunately, we are cursed with bad leaders in all spheres. Now, NSAS, we've been protesting. All of a sudden, the IG, on its own, without consultations, brought up SWAT. Without deep thinking into it, it tells you that the people leading in various positions, I'm sorry to say, are bereft of ideas. If you want my honest opinion, the first step is to sack that IG. At least to give the people a sense of belonging, to give them a sense of happiness that, okay, perhaps something new is about to happen. And then very quickly, Sheriff.
Yes, please.
With regards to what one of the callers just said,
right,
that the best way to fund the police is through ticketing. My brother, that may work in America, but if you bring it here in Nigeria, Sheriff, if you even turn on a place where you're supposed to turn, police will capture you and say, you have turned in the wrong place, you need to pay. You understand?
Thank you, Uche, for calling me.
Societies are peculiar.
60 seconds. Let's speak with Gabriel very quickly, Uche. Yeah? Thank you for calling me. Appreciate it. Gabriel, hi. Good morning to you.
My name is Gabriel from Ablekwa.
Good to have you.
Good morning. You are doing a great work. I must commend you for that.
Thank you, Gabriel.
I want to make some comments about the reforming of police.
Yes, please.
All right. Normally, cars renew their vehicle on a yearly basis. And it would be good if there would be check-up on them.
Okay.
Like 6 months, they should go for, they should examine them.
On the police, right? They should go for some evaluation.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
They should go for evaluation on their side.
Okay.
Because an average police officer does not even know the meaning between the difference between a suspect and a convict. That's why when they arrest you, the first thing they do is start rough handling you.
Yeah.
And it's not a good thing. I think they should look into that.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel. So we'll speak with Ezekiel now. Ezekiel is our last caller. After Ezekiel, then we'll go. Ezekiel, good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Ezekiel.
Welcome, Ezekiel. Where are you calling from?
calling from my papa.
All right, Ezekiel, talk to me. Talk to me. Police reformation. How do we move? How do we go? What direction?
So, where you see the whole situation in the police force,
Yes.
it seems to be that it's always something is very, very common to almost all the inspectors general. It's neither this almost all the inspectors general they don't really know how to direct the police themselves. Or I don't understand. So if you ask me, the situation here is from the top.
Okay.
Because it's more that it looks like they don't really know their work. Because if you ask me, how can the inspector give an order to the police, and the end of the day, they end up defying the order? So what are we saying here? It looks like the inspectors themselves they are not really serious.
Okay.
And if on something else again that is very, very vital, that they really need to look into, to really sensitize the whole, it has to come from the top, from the commissioners.
Right.
Okay, the take home, the submission that the police on the road on duty are being taken from the road every day.
Yeah.
Where is it going to?
Thank you,
Because
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel,
I really would love to continue this conversation, but we must wrap up right now, eh? Ezekiel, great guy. Thank you. Lagos, this is how far we were to go on the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I appreciate it. It's 8:54 right now. We need to say our buys. I really wanted to give out 10,000. In fact, Zainab has brought the questions for the Just a Minute game show, but we couldn't do that this morning. But listen up for Just a Minute on other shows that we have for you. What's Up Lagos, Sunny Side and Hard Fact. I am Sheriff Quadry. You can follow me on my socials at Sheriff Quadry on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Bye for now. Good morning to you, Lagos.
Before now, getting a good HMO that works perfectly for my staff was a lot of hassle. Many HMOs come with cumbersome registration. It's